Hello everyone, XV here from youtube.com/xvrogaming, back with another guide for Dota Cinema. Last week we covered the top lane as Radiant, so this week we're going to flip it back to Dire. Remember that this guide is designed for introductory to intermediate learning. The advanced version will appear on my channel Monday. This guide leans heavily on the first in the series, and I won't be repeating the same information twice. So if you haven't seen it, I suggest you head there now by clicking above. I talked about starting items in the bottom as Radiant guide. What I didn't cover was the Stout Shield and Quelling Blade, so I could save them for here. The Stout Shield provides a great deal of effective hit points. Against physical attacks, it is worth a lot more than raw hit points, and especially more than raw armor at low level. Because attacks do less damage early on, the Stout Shield shines in early game, gradually losing value on a per attack basis as the damage of enemy attacks increases. The Stout Shield can also be combined with 2 Slippers of Agility from the side shop to become a Poor Man's Shield, which always blocks enemy hero attacks, making it incredibly effective at reducing harassment. Alternatively, a Ring of Health, giving you huge staying power in lane, and then later, with a Vitality booster, becomes a Vanguard, which is an impressive item for survival in the mid-game. The Stout Shield is worth considering as a starting item on any hero that intends to build either of its 2 upgraded versions, even if it will be replaced later, especially though if the opposing lineup looks like it will have a ranged Radiant offlane hero, or you expect a fair amount of harassment. The Quelling Blade, like the Stout Shield, offers an effect that can be greater than just stats, or in this case, raw damage. It's only worth considering on melee heroes, and does nothing to help you against enemy heroes, but does make last hitting a lot easier. On most carry heroes, it's worth about 20 damage before armor reduction at level 1, and scales as you do, acting as a force multiplier when gaining your hero's primary stat. You don't see it as much on non-jungling heroes in higher level play because it is a bit of a crutch, but it very rapidly pays for itself, turning fall short attacks and mid-second denies into successful last hits. It's worth noting that both of these items can be picked up from the side shop in lane as well, so if you notice yourself being heavily harassed, or if your last hits just need a little bit more oomph, grab them. As Dire, your wards in top lane are going to be defensive in nature. There just isn't any kind of offensive warding you can do, even if you're winning the lane and looking to kill. Here is the go-to spot, watching the rune as well as any of the middle to top shifts. You can also place a ward here for identical effect, but during the early game, the additional vision back here is somewhat wasted. This ward lets you spot ganks a lot better, but unlike bottom, it doesn't also watch the rune. The vision is greatly assisted with cutting down this tree with either a Quelling Blade or Tango, but that generally tips your hand that you've got this place warded. If the lane equilibrium is spending most of the time at the Dire tier 1 tower, this ward can have some value, providing vision past the river and watching for TP-ins, as well as sneaky plays. But generally, the ward behind the woods will give the same information. Laning configuration mirrors bottom as Radiant, so I won't be covering it here. Instead, while there is more to be said about the top lane as Dire, that's it for the basic version. I hope you found this video useful for taking your game to the next level. Head over to my channel for the advanced version where we'll cover some Dire specific advanced pulling techniques, efficient counter warding, and some little known uses for the so-called juke spots in the woods north of lane. So, as always, if you like this video, please thumbs up, share, and subscribe to Dota Cinema and my channel to stay up to date. Until next week, this is XV, signing out.